Welcome to the Forbidden Frontier.
I'm going to tell you my theory of the indigenous people. They were definitely here first. They were definitely here before us. But there was people here before them. Now, I don't think it changes anything, personally. Like, politically, it doesn't change anything. It just changes the
people. We go all over the world.
Well, yeah, they're not from here either. Okay. They believe they came through the ice-free corridor over the Bering Strait from Asia. Okay. I think there's DNA evidence that backs that up. But there's also DNA evidence in the middle of the rainforest of Polynesians, I guess, walking over the ocean thousands of miles in a time where they supposedly, according to science, didn't have the ability to traverse the Pacific Ocean, which is pretty big. The thing is, they did, because somehow they ended up there. So Netflix's Ancient Apocalypse scraps U.S. filming plans after outcry from Native American groups. Hit show's British host Graham Hancock has been criticized for promoting fringe beliefs about advanced lost civilizations. You know, the world needs heretics, as Graham Hancock has said. Remember when things were like, remember when it was a fringe belief to think that there's a shot out there that didn't really go through the normal protocols that possibly might not work? Remember when that was a fringe belief?
Yeah. You couldn't say things like ivermectin. Couldn't say things like that. Now it's okay to say that because it went back on it and went, oh, wait, maybe we were wrong about it.
Stargates and other dimensions, when that was considered poppycock.
It's very possible.
It's very possible.
It's just like the snake. What was that? What was the site? The Snake Hill
Serpent Mound?
Serpent Mound. That's right.
Yeah, they wouldn't let him in.
They wouldn't let him in to film because he has these racist fringe beliefs.
Yeah,
we just had a whole example of him with Flint Dibble, where he was proved
the Dibbler.
Correct.
Could you do your impression of him again?
Graham Hancock is a racist, and I won't substantiate any of those claims. I'm sorry. This is my father's suit. I wear it because I'm proud of my father, which is fine. But you're a racist. Don't look at me.
I love that he wore his father's suit to call somebody a racist with nothing to back it up. I'm sure his dad would be fucking proud.
I will not take my hat off for any occasion.
I will not turn my neck. Controversial British writer Graham Hancock has abandoned plans to film a new season of his Netflix show, Ancient Apocalypse, in the U.S. following outcry from indigenous groups over the depiction of their history and culture. He's very respectful, by the way. If you know anything about it, he's very respectful. All he says is, well, there was people here before that. And we're not talking about humans in the human sense, in the modern human sense. We're also talking about Neanderthal and who knows what else. But there were people, there's the Clovis people, which, I mean, I guess maybe some survived, and the Native Americans, some could be descended from the Clovis people, but they got wiped out. We don't know where they are. We know they had a very specific type of arrowhead, amongst other things, but we haven't found a body. They suspect they know where some are, but they're under mounds and they can't dig them up.
This implies to me that what if the case was that they weren't the first people, right? Like, we're kind of starting to get hints at that's a possibility that they weren't the first people here, right? What if that is in fact the case? We're now not allowing people to study that because it hurts some people's fifis.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's just like some things just don't fall out the way that you thought they were.
History is going to hurt a lot of feelings.
Yeah, that's just like how it is.
That's what facts
You have
are.
to let people do that. And in America, to not allow somebody to ask questions and cover stuff, like it's all bunk. It's all bullcrap because he's not racist. There's so many examples of why he's not racist. It's just going off of the last article that came out. Whoever saw that he was shooting here, they went, oh, that's that racist Graham Hancock, because we read 3 articles from last time he released this show.
I think it's Nick Pope's wife or his girlfriend. I don't know which one it is. She's pretty based. So she's an academic. And she's been out there going, yeah, identity politics and DEI has completely invaded archaeology and science, and it's bunk now.
Dude,
It is
it's
now becoming
antithetical to science.
So that's what we're fighting, and that's where the like white supremacy bullshit comes on Graham Hancock, which is could
Really?
not be further from the truth, and it's laughable. Abandoned plans to film a Netflix show, U.S. following outcry indigenous groups over depiction of their historic culture. Graham Hancock is a former journalist who has been criticized by experts for his promotion of fringe beliefs in the show, which represents theories about an advanced lost civilization active during the last ice age and prior to it, possibly.
Oh.
Producers of the show, which reportedly reached Netflix top 10 status in 31 countries, had applied for permits to film new episodes at the Grand Canyon National Park in Arizona and Chaco Canyon, which we are going to go to. That's going to be a site that we go to.
Interesting. He was going to go to those two locations.
It is. Chaco Canyon's weird. It's definitely weird.
We were talking about the Grand Canyon a few episodes ago.
We were.
But the mystery's there. Why they won't let people go in certain areas.
National Historic Park in New Mexico. The Guardian has learned, despite strong objections from local tribal leaders, an application to film at the Grand Canyon. By the way, tribal leaders like can't stop them from filming at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, what does that have to do? Like?
Yeah. Was lodged by ITN Productions, makers of Ancient Apocalypse, in February with permit for Chaco Canyon, then granted. A National Parks MPS spokesperson confirmed. However, ITN told The Guardian that neither of the permits will be taken up with the show, instead looking to film at locations outside the U.S. The company declined to specify any reason for the move. I'll tell you why. They don't want the fucking headache. It's not worth it. There's probably more interesting stuff. You bring it to America. You might have brought, some money here. Fuck it. We don't want to hurt some feelings of people who like, you're not going on reservation. Now, you know what? They have a right if you're going on the reservation, but a national park, 2 national parks, but they were allowed. So it's Netflix that scuttled this, and it's probably because it's a fucking headache. According to information obtained by The Guardian through a Freedom of Information Act request, ITN did do some filming for 4 days in Chaco Canyon in January. There you go. The crew planned to return to the park for more filming in March, but an email to Chaco staff states they canceled the trip at the last minute due to some delays with permissions for some other sites where we were hoping to film in. There you go. And they're on a timeline, and believe me, I think they're going to go heavy on South America because Graham was down there for a month.
I'm all about that, man. I'm all about that.
Do the entire season on that. I'm fine. Yes. I'm fine.
I'd love that too. Like in the future, if Ancient Apocalypse did hyper focused in regions of the world, like seasons on just Peru, just Egypt, that would be really cool.
Dude, I am stoked we're getting a season 2. I'm just
this is confirmation. I'm just great.
I am absolutely stoked we're getting a season 2. I cannot wait. I've rewatched that 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, so good.
I'm not surprised.
Times.
So good.
So America loses out again. But we're gonna go to Chaco Canyon. We don't need a damn permit.
Get it up.
We'll just break out our vlogging cams and say, fuck it.
Don't ask nobody.
I'm going to walk around there going, the aliens built it all. Yep. That's exactly what we're going to do.
They're all going to get offended.
But I'll mention it. It's the illegal aliens. It was the illegal aliens.
That's not okay to say either.
It's not
in the
fun
UK.
being an illegal alien.
Are there any Stargates in Chaco Canyon?
Maybe. Chaco Canyon's weird because it's not near any water, right? So it's like Göbekli Tepe. It's not as old as Göbekli Tepe, but it doesn't make any fucking sense that people would be there and live without water. So I think the last like academic documentary I saw, it's got circular structures and it's huge, and it really does kind of stand out for anything in America, right? Except for like the pueblos, like the built into the cliffs and stuff. But it's got these little chambers, like a bunch of little chambers that they think was for storage, right? Because a human couldn't fit in them, and a human couldn't sleep in them, and there's no sign of char or anything. So they think it was a place of trading and they.
That's what they said about the Turkey underground city.
I'm sure it was at one point, but that's not why it was made. It's rad. I want to go there. I want to go there. It's not super. I mean, we can get there in a day and a half. We can get. I don't know about Xray girl, but
We can get there.
We can get there quick.
Hey, I'm coming in October for 2 weeks.
You just can't get enough, can you?
Yeah.
With this freedom down here.
No, you know, I have looked at a couple houses.
Freedom is free.
There you go.
It's attainable.
Like you and me. Yeah,
there are some things in Canada, though.
Yeah, there's tons of stuff in Canada, but there's so much here. And what I've talked about before is like when I was a kid, I know we had abacuses and like we didn't even have the wheel, so like we all had to walk to school.
Antikythera mechanisms.
It was in a cave. It was in a cave. Our chalkboard was the cave wall. No, they didn't teach us about mounds or anything. I was blown away when I lived in the Bay Area about Shell Mound, which I've talked about in the show before, which is in Emeryville, which is where Pixar is. They just wiped it out, and it was a giant mound of shells, and they have a little memorial for it now.
Was it a natural formation of
no, it was
collected, or somebody collected
a mound made of shells.
Wow,
that's cool.
It was huge. It was fucking huge. And there's like pictures of them destroying it. And there was a bunch of mounds all over San Francisco, by the way. Yeah, there's Shell Mound right there.
That's a huge ass mound of shells. So
fucking huge.
These are all shells?
It's dirt and shells, yes.
That's insane.
That's a lot of shells. Holy.
And what pulled out of there, who knows?
Yeah. Like what?
That part. In there? We love mounds too, Glowy. I mean, we're all fans of mounds.
Yeah. Big fan of mounds. The mounds.
Joy's got nuts.
I'm not.
Mounds don't.
Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Four choices. Come on. Yeah, you are.